As I welcome you guys in, I'm going to just give you a little show at our current mods that we have available to us in the game. We did add a couple, so you'll watch me click on them as I add them. You'll also see some that I have downloaded that I'm not using in the game. As we're making sure we get the ones that we want. I don't want the auto loaders. John Deere's. That's probably going to be most the mods we have for now. Just double checking here, keep scrolling. Nope. Let's get that one turned on. There we go. Those are our mods. So we'll catch you in a second. We are loaded up. We need to go get that tractor washed. And then, because I forgot to do that, 642. I don't know. I think I'm going to skip picking rocks in the field that our corn is going into, that big field there. Just simply because I want to make sure that the corn is in the ground. The corn's going to pay more money than what the damage of those rocks are going to cause. So next time we plow, we'll pick the rocks at that point. All right, there we go. All right, so now at this point, I need to go hook up to the row planter. That way we can get our corn in the ground. And we're backed up to it. We'll jump out, come over here, hit that hook, hook up the cord. Hook up the hoses, and we are gonna have to run over to the well, let's see if we can make any modifications to this planter. Alright, we are gonna run into town real quick and see about some stuff there. We'll see you on the flip side. Alright, pulling in now. We're going to go ahead, swing around back behind the shop, see how much they'll give us for this planter. I may trade it in to see if I can't get something with a fertilizer tank that's still no-till. We are going to try to go ahead and do no-till. Alright, so the trade has been made. We now have a new to us. I mean, we traded in technically a newer model for an older model planter, but this one has those fertilizer tanks on it at least. So that's going to help us out in a long run down there as we get planted. Now we're coming into the seed area. We'll get this opened up. We'll get backed underneath. I'm going to need to get this up too. Okay, so I have bought 20,000 liters of everything. I don't know if it's going to be enough or if it's not. We will see. But we're going to go ahead and get this backed in here. And we are going to go ahead and... Okay, so now we're filled up on seed and corn. So we are going to go ahead and run back to the farm and start getting planting our seed. So we're coming up. I decided I'm going to go ahead and start on the north side of the field here. And again, work clockwise. Kind of like we will be combining. Alright, lowering the planter, got it turned on. We're getting ready to start planting. It helps if I go the right direction, no? Now we're cooking with Crisco. Hey, it stopped raining. I don't know how much rain you guys got to actually see, but it rained the majority of the morning here. So far, pretty much the entire time we've spent in the field, I think it's been raining. But that is finally done, so we should start drying out here, and hopefully we won't get the tractor stuck.
On the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Alright, well, I ended up running out of fertilizer there, so I shut the tractor down. We are going to have to take out a loan just so we have some operating capital. So we're going to go ahead, probably take out a $500,000 10-year loan, I'm thinking. We're going to try to get it paid back as quick as we can, though. But I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to need to try to do. So we will see you down at the shop after we take out this loan. Alright, pulling up to the shop here. And we're going to get a couple things. I'm not sure exactly what yet. Now we have everything bought. Alright, now we will run down to the seed silo, fertilizer silo. We're gonna... Alright, we're here now, pulling up. Go ahead, pull this cover open. Now we did use the $500,000 loan to buy everything we have up there at the shop. We didn't lease anything this time around. And to the farm. See you there. Alright, now that we're back on the farm with a full thing of seed, we are going to come up here. I'm not going to actually take this into the field because I am learning that street vehicles in the field do not mix. Especially since that still looks like it's a little bit wet. So that will live here. And see, this was when I plowed this out. I'll run down here to show you guys how close I was running to the creek. Like, I'm not really going to be able to get a truck in here. If I do, it's going to be tight. But then I widened it out here. And probably from about this little bush here all the way down past the driveway, We'll see how far down. Let's run down and see how far this goes. But probably this second bunch of bushes here. Yeah, probably do about this tree. You know, I'll start graveling out this way. And 97% yield. There are a couple places that I was running. I seen over 100% yield. All right, I got the pickup back here. We're gonna go ahead and grab the 8R here and jump. We're gonna jump in this 8R and have this other pickup follow us down, because we're gonna go ahead and go pick up our other items here. So fire up this one, Control F. We do need to go ahead and slow that down to where it's supposed to be. All right. Alright, pulling into the shop now. Should be able to just come up here. We'll end up canceling this guy's work once he gets up here. Alright. I'm going to shut this one down. He's going to come up here probably. Wait, oh no, he's good there. Alright, we're going to get this hooked up, and then once it's hooked up, we'll see you on the other side. Let you know the game plan from there. Alright, we're hooked up, got him following me, so now I think the plan will be to head to the storage area again and fill these up and then head back to the farm. Alright, getting ready to pull up now. We're going to go ahead and get these filled in and filled up and down to the farm so that they're ready to go and we can use them to plant the seed and spread our seed across the land. We're hooked up, ready to go. We can refill our planter now, and we will be ready to keep spreading our seed around the land. Alright, so just for those of you that are wondering if you catch what any of the background noise, what it is, this episode, or at this point of the episode, is a podcast called Everything Ag by Kibble Equipment. Just in case y'all want to give it a listen. Pretty cool dive into the technology that is in this equipment that we act like we are running, or that we run virtually, however you want to look at it. Okay, so as you can see, we're back again. We'll show you, pull up the map here. No, that one doesn't show it. So we'll pull up the precision map here so you can see how much we've got done. We're not getting very far. This is all we've got done so far. We've had to fill the seeder up twice now, so I think I'm out of seed. We will double check though. So yeah, after checking, we are definitely low on seed. We'll have to, next time we come out of the field, go fill that seed back up. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's do it.
God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, milk cows, work all day in the fields, milk cows again, eat supper, then go to town and stay past midnight at a meeting of the school board. So God made a farmer.
Alright, heading back across the field, just cutting across right now. I need to go fill up again. Once we get there, we may end up having to Well, we will have to go refill the seeder, but we're going to make sure it's completely empty first. Okay, so I have had to shut the tractor off. You can hear the pickups running. Well, I'm out of seed, so I'm going to have to jump in, head back over, and go get more seed to finish planting the field. All right, we got loaded back up with seed. Spent another $100,000 on it, but as you can see, we still got quite a bit of seed left here, which is a good thing. We'll go through it. But we're going to go ahead, head back to the farm, try to get this seed in the ground before the end of the night. Alright, so I've made it back, and as you can see, we are filling the seeder back up. Okay, so at this point, I have gotten to the point in the field where each run should start getting shorter. So we might have enough seed sitting next to the field to finish. I'm not going to hold my breath, though. Alright, so I have ran out of fertilizer, so I got to run and go get more fertilizer. You know, hey, back to where we've been a couple times already. Nothing new here. Just kind of keeping you guys up to date on what's going on this planting season. Alright, so we got the fertilizer back in the planter. Again, we are loaded back up with seed as well. We're going to go ahead, jump back in the tractor, and we are going to see how far we can get with this load. Hopefully we're about done. We're starting to get into the nighttime, so we'll see. Hopefully we can get her. Okay, so we didn't make it again, and we are once again out of seed in the auger here, the seed holder. So we are going to have to run back up to town. Before I do that, though, we're going to go ahead and pull up this map. Alright, so random thought as I'm driving. I may end up renting that grass field that's next to me and putting the soybeans in there, and then taking my smaller awkward field and planting that with grass so I can start harvesting grass silage and maybe expand out to doing some livestock. Just random thoughts on my drive to pick up more seed. We're loaded up with seed now, ready to head back to the farm. So here we go. Let's hopefully get the rest of this in the ground before the end of the night.
I need somebody with arms strong enough to wrestle a calf and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to call hogs, tame cantankerous machinery, come home hungry, have to wait lunch until his wife's done feeding visiting ladies, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God made a farmer.
Alright, running along here, starting to get low. I'm going to end up having to refill again, but that's alright. We're going to get it. I think we have enough down here now that we'll be able to finish the field without having to go back to refill those machineries. We'll see though. Okay, like I said, I was going to have to go get more refill again, and I think I'm gonna have to go swap that seed over. I'll be right back. But at any rate, as I was saying, we are still working on refilling the seed. This should be, I think, the last time we have to refill. Okay, so we have got the field planted. We're gonna go ahead, we're topping off the seed in the planter now, hopefully, and then we'll top off the fertilizer and then get everything planted or put away, and we will then then probably get some sleep and work on getting some soybeans in the leased field. Man, it's a little bit dark in here. I'm gonna get these lights turned on. That's a little better. So I have decided to rearrange the shed here, and I think what I'm gonna do is trade this one in for something that can spread lime as well. And then from these doors I'll back everything in one way, and from those doors I'll back everything in a different way. So they'll kind of be crisscrossed in here, but we should hopefully be able to fit more equipment. We'll see what we can do. Okay, I've showed up to Midwest Machinery. I'm gonna go ahead and swing around to the back here, drop this off in the sell point, and we're gonna get it sold, get it traded in. Okay, so we got it bought. This is our new fertilizer spreader. It's upgraded for sure. But like I said, this is the one that we'll use to spread fertilizer and lime. Definitely excited for it. Just we went ahead. I'll show you here. Put the narrow wheels on it. Got the extra wide spreaders. The extension. I mean, we went all out on it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in the tractor, take it back to the house, and get it parked. As you can see, I made a little bit of a boo-boo, but that's all right. We'll get it fixed, get back down to the farm. We'll be okay. All right, so we got everything flipped back up on its wheels. So we're gonna go ahead, continue on our way, and we'll see you down there. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and call it a night. It's just after midnight. We're gonna go ahead and get some sleep till about 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll get up and we'll start planting that soybean field. All right, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're gonna go ahead and get this soybean field in. So I did attempt to direct plant my soybeans. I can't do that. So I will be cultivating this field before planting the soybeans. So this is gonna end up probably being a little bit longer of an episode than what we've had so far, since there is a little bit extra field prep, but that's all right. We'll go ahead and get it done and get the soybeans in the field here. All right, I have gotten frustrated, so I am going to go trade in the cultivator, and I am going to buy a plow. Most my equipment is no-till anyway, so I'm not going to need the cultivator, but I will need the plow. So I'm not sure how well you can see it from this cab here, but not only are we doing twice the speed as we were with the cultivator, we're also a little bit wider. So we're going to be more proficient, and we're going to be able to get these soybeans in the ground even quicker. And hey, that's exactly what we want. The more proficient we are, the more money we'll be able to make. So we'll see you on the flip side. All right, so we're pulling up. We need to get refilled on some seed here. We're probably about a quarter of the way done. There's the seed kicking on. But we're about a quarter, maybe a third of the way done. We'll go ahead and pull up the map here. We're going to have to look at the seed side of stuff. because for whatever reason, there we go. So yeah, we're probably about a third of the way done.
God said I need somebody willing to sit up all night with a newborn colt and watch it die, then dry his eyes and say maybe next year. I need somebody who can shape an axe handle from a persimmon sprout, shoe a horse with a hunk of car tire, who can make harness out of hay, wire, feed sacks, and shoe scraps, who planting time and harvest season will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, and then painting from tractor back put in another 72 hours. So God made a farmer.
Okay, so we have gotten to the point where the field is split in two. I am currently working the bigger part of it, so we should definitely be done by midnight. That is for sure. Okay, so we are done with that other half of the field. Now we're on to this other pass. As you can see, I look out to the right, and it's not very far over there. So this side of the field is going to be relatively short, I believe. Okay, so we had to get more seed to spread across the land. So we're going to go ahead. We got that filled back up. Should be our last time. We only got a couple more passes to do. We'll top it off before we go clean it up and put it away for the rest of the, well, till next spring. Unless I plant grass. I might decide to plant grass. And then in that case, we'll use this some more. But that's yet to be determined. I probably will end up putting grass, but you know, here we go. All right, we are back in the field. This is what we were left with right here. Just this little bit. So we're definitely going to go ahead and get this finished off. We're just about there. Okay, so we are done planting the soybeans. We're going to go ahead and get up out this field, catch some sleep for the night, and we will be planting the grass in the morning. All right, we have the seeder loaded up with grass. We just went ahead and pulled the tractor up to the house here. We're going to go ahead and get a decent night's sleep. We'll catch you at 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to go ahead and get up, put the grass in the field. Well, good morning. We're here. We're going to go ahead and get the grass in the field. As you can see, sun's coming up. We should be able to whip this out real quick. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this knocked out.
God had to have somebody willing to ride the ruts at double speed to get the hay in ahead of the rain clouds and yet stop in midfield and race to help when he sees the first smoke from a neighbor's place. So God made a farmer. God said, I need somebody strong enough to clear trees and heave bales, yet gentle enough to yean lambs and wean pigs and tend the pink-combed pullets, who will stop his mower for an hour to splint the broken leg of a meadowlark. It had to be somebody who'd plow deep and straight and not cut corners. Somebody to seed, weed, feed, breed, and rake and disc and plow and plant and tie the fleece and strain the milk and replenish the self-feeder and finish a hard week's work with a 5-mile drive to church. Somebody who'd bale a family together with the soft, strong bonds of sharing, who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his son says that he wants to spend his life doing what Dad does. So God made a farmer.
We are on our last pass. We have spread our seed across the land. All right. We're going to go ahead, as you can see, there's already grass and weeds growing in this field. We're going to go ahead and grab the sprayer. We're going to get this sprayed, get some herbicide on here. That'll be next episode, but we're going to go ahead and bring it with us. Make sure it gets filled up. That way it's ready to go next episode. And we'll start doing some stuff randomly around the farm. I don't know what next episode will consist of as of yet. Alright, so I got everything put away. It's virtually lunchtime. Excellent place to end this episode, so we'll go ahead and put a wrap on this one. I just want to add a few things here. First of all, let me remind you that medical marijuana is legal in my state, and it works for me from everything from my aches and pains to my PTSD. That does not mean it works for everybody. And I do not encourage the use of any illegal substance that in your area. As always, consume responsibly. Also, if you're struggling in life, as many of us do, and are thinking of ending it, please reach out. Talk to a friend, talk to a stranger, talk to me. Dial 988 for the suicide hotline. Press 1 if you're active duty or a veteran, and let somebody listen. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and remember, even if you think no one cares, I absolutely do. Reach out, stay with us. Let's help each other heal.